Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and today this is literally part 4 of What If Issei was from a Forgotten Clan. This has been a long time since I did this What If series, and I'm coming back to it, so I hope you guys actually enjoyed this What If, and with that, let's continue on with the video. The last part we actually left off was pretty much right there, like Issei right there getting a talk from his aunt about the Hiroyuki clan members and how his parents actually dying, and also right there, like about right there Issei's training. So yeah, that's pretty much where we actually left off. Right now, it's actually been right there, like just one day, like pretty much a day has pretty much passed. Issei right now was actually getting out of bed, as he actually did like his morning training routine, which was basically constantly right there going out around 4 instead of morning as he goes for a jog. As he actually jogs and does exercise, he goes to the mountain to train actually. Like he runs to the mountain, runs up there, and he trains there like for about like until all the way to like 7 or like around like 8 inside like just 8 o'clock. As pretty much he would just go and get himself ready for school. As Issei was actually like getting himself ready, like making his way to school, he actually spotted someone, and it was actually kind of like none other than Sergeant. Issei actually kind of like heard that Sergeant is a Hiroyuki clan member like him, but his aunt told him right there that his mom would tell him. As right there, Sergeant just said like, "Yo, Issei, good to see you." Issei said like, "Good to see you too, Sergeant. You keeping all well?" "Yeah, I've been keeping good. Man, this whole Cocoa Bills thing is actually driving me crazy." "Yeah, no joke. He's actually getting rid of more stressful every second right there pass. I heard right there he's actually going to make up right there appearance today. Let's hope so. Let's see what this guy actually really want." Reyes and Sona right there informed each other that they pretty much right there will be going to this location to talk to him. So that's pretty much it. All I know. Yeah, let's just hope right there we can actually get this thing over with. As the two of them will make themselves their way just into school, as the school day will pass on really quickly. We just go to time skip to where Issei and Sergeant were pretty much on the mountaintop where the location were. As not too long right there, Yumi was actually just follow short. "Ah, so you came, I see." Just Issei would say to Yumi. "Yeah, I came, so yeah. Let's see right there, like if he actually really does show up." To where right there, like not too long ago, like black feathers would just start falling from the sky, and also right there, like a barrier would start being placed around them. But before the barrier can even close, two magic circles will come up to where right there, like one will be from the sea tree and the other from the grimory. As right there, Sona and Tabiki will appear out from the magic circle, and the rest of Reyes Parage members. As right there, like heck, the moment they got there to where Reyes would say like, "Oh, so you two are actually here. Great. So where's Kokubil?" As the barrier completely right there, like like formed. As right there, like an unknown voice would just say something. Is actually glad right there to meet right there the grimories and the sea trees." A person would say as he would start flying up inside the air. As this person would have black hair, pale skin, but also pointy eyes. His hair was his eyes was actually pretty much red, but he actually was wearing right there black cloth. But also right there, not just that, his wings. He had right there like purely 10 black wings. As right there, like he was given off right there a devious and demonic aura. To where right there, like Reyes will step in and will say like, "Kokubil, Kagano right there, like fallen angel. I would like to ask you what business do you have in my territory? If so, right there, if you actually trying to actually cause trouble here, this would actually spark right there tension between you right there, the fallen angel faction and also the devils. So speak now," that Reyes will say. "Aren't you not right there, feisty little one, talking right there so high and mighty to a Kagano? You must be itching to die, of course, but I couldn't really care less about the fallen angel faction. All I'm actually here is just to start a new war." To where that Sona would say like, "A new war?" To where Kokubil would say like, "Yes, that's right. A war between I've been craving for so long. Ever since right there, like the three great factions right there, like stopped their raging war. To where that pathetic Azazel right there surrendered. I right there with itchy for battle. We could have having the upper hand against them devils and the angels. Oh man, but no, I am here to start up that war. But if I kill you two, Grimmer and C3, the war between right there like what, the father angels and pretty much the devil will actually continue. And plus that, the angel will also get involved. So right there, a war I will have in my favor. This Kokobel will say, to a race will say like, you're crazy. No, not really. But still, it'd be better already if I get the job done right now. Kokobel would say as he was launched, he was formed with a magic circle, as the light spirit would start shooting out from his hands. As Reyes and Sona put up a barrier protecting themselves, but the explosion did happen, knocking some few away. Issei summoned his boosted gear as he would just with fast speed would just appear right in front of Kokobel. As Issei would deliver like a kick towards Kokobel. As Kokobel would actually be kicked inside the stomach. Kokobel was actually not expecting this. So, the Red Dragon Emperor, huh? I see. Wow, I actually read that thought that Reina actually took care of that you, but I guess not. But still yet, I'm actually quite itchy to see what this Red Dragon of this generation Red Dragon Emperor has. So try not to disappoint me. To where Issa was like, oh trust me, I doubt that will even happen. As he will launch like what, a dragon shot, with Kokobel just deflecting it. As Kokobel would say like, no. I want to have a good battle actually. I'll wait for like Sir Zex and also Seraphon to come in. I'll be just at the school there, waiting. So try not to disappoint me, and plus, if you fail to actually do so, and if they fail to show up, this whole town will be instantly destroyed. After that, he just disappeared into some magic teleportation circle. To where like what? Reyes will actually curse will say like, damn it, man. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to face off against this Kokobel fella. So all of you guys, you better be prepared. As she would look towards Issa, and she was like, Issa, good job with that attack. She would just say smiling. To where Issa would say like, yeah, no problem. After that, like what? Riz, I know Sona would say like, Riz, I think we're gonna have to contact your brother for this. To where Riz would say like, Sona, no way, I'm not getting my brother involved in this. To where Akano would say, come here, say like, I already actually informed Sir Zex-sama. To where Riz would be kind of like slightly annoyed. Akano, you do this without my permission? To where Akano would say like, Riz, this is actually a Cogno fallen angel. I know you don't want to like disturb your brother with all this drama, but we're way out of our league here. Only like what, a Satan Clark can actually defeat Cogno. To where Riz would say like, you're right. Guess like how long will my brother actually show up? About an hour or so. But he told us to keep him busy until then. To what Reyes would say like, well, guess we're gonna have to start for time then. As they will go and make their way towards the school, which original Sona would place a barrier up. As like originally like Yumi, a female Kiba guys, she would just go her separate ways, not like trying to get her revenge or so on. As like what? The whole race parade would just actually come there as they will finally meet Kokobel. So you guys are going to be the one to face off against me. With Zex and Seraphon. To a race would say like, you'll be our actual opponent. My brother already have no need to deal with someone like you. To a Kokobel would say like, that's a shame. Guess you can entertain me for a while then. As he would just summon that giant spear, shoot it towards the ground, making that huge crater. As the spear would soon transform and disappear. As like one like mud giant dog with 3 heads would disappear with just brown skin with red eyes. As the Kokobel would shoot just about like 3 more spears. As like 3 more of those same things will come up. So in total 4 like these dogs will just come. To a Reyes, I can't remember the name of them, but pretty much Reyes would say like the god dogs of hell, they should never be actually released. We have to stop them now. To where Reyes will just start flying, but also with Akano too. As the two of them would start launching the attack, trying to actually like what, like kill like those things. With Konoko like Like heck, just helping in with her super strength, punching it, and things like that. To where Issei would just actually start boosting himself. To where Issei would say like, Drake, you ready? This is actually our chance right now. This is actually our time to test our powers out. To where Drake would say, affirmative partner, let's see what really this hard training actually really paid off. To where Issei would say like, thanks. As Issei would start boosting his power, as with just blinding speed, he will appear right in front of the monsters, delivering one fiery punch, sending like the monster all the way flying all the way back, instantly knocking it out. To where like most of them were actually kind of surprised. It took one punch just to knock that thing out. Even Konako wasn't even that strong to knock out someone like that. Joe Kokubo will say like, impressive, this Red Dragon Emperor is actually quite strong. Let's see if he can actually entertain more of my my pets. As more of the dogs would start like coming towards Issei. As like Issei would just like summon red fiery orb as simple magic that he actually pretty much learned. As he would just shoot the orb towards the 300 dogs. To where the dogs would just shoot one fire out of his mouth. And the other I think they all shoot off fire, or I think it was just ice or things like that. I actually don't know, but still, it just shot off fire, countering Issei's attack. But this is what Issei actually really wanted it to do. So now Issei would actually have a chance to use his lightning strike, Dragon Claw. As Issei will form purple and red lightning just all around him, like his hands and his whole body. And Issei will start boosting himself and also his magic up. As to where Issei will start forming dragon shot. And Issei will start running towards the giant beast. As Issei would deliver he was actually kind of jump inside the air. As the dogs would try to bite Issei, but Issei would just keep on dodging it. As Issei would just go and punch one of the dog's face. Completely lightning would just hit it, and also with Issei's dragon shot, Issei would deliver one blast. It would completely explode. He'd be actually kind of covered in a beam light. It's kind of like what Vegeta did inside the Tournament of Power, to what he did to that ice guy. He delivered one punch towards that ice guy, and he was engulfed with just a key attack, kind of like that guy. So yeah. As the Hound Dog went flying all the way back, hitting another one. As one Hound Dog was about to attack Arcia, but Yumi just comes in slicing the dog clean in half. As everybody was actually quite surprised to see Yumi there. Yumi, you came, just Rias would say. As Yumi would say of course, I couldn't leave my friends hanging here. And plus, I actually need to take care of some business too. She would say, as Kokugo would say Fred, how long is this procedure gonna take? Just a minute. Combining of the souls is nearly complete. To Kokugo would say fine then, I guess I have to wait a few minutes. But still, please entertain them. To where Kiba would Yumi would just rush towards Fred, but some priest will actually come and would just intercept the attack. As just about ready, three of them will actually just start attacking Yumi, but Yumi will start holding her own. As Issei will actually seeing that just fully on Rias and Arkno are actually having trouble. To where Issei will actually think of something. To where Issei will say Rias, Arkno. To where the two of them will actually get rid of Issei's attention. Well, Issei will actually got that attention. As Issei would say get ready. As just a giant light would just actually come off Issei as he would jump right in front of them, transferring some of his powers towards them. As Issei would just land on the ground with 2 feet. As Arkno Riz would just feel their surge of power just inside of them. I'd never felt so powerful before and I never felt such powerful before. Thank you, Issei, just Riz would say, smiling at her pawn. When Issei would just shrug his shoulder, and to where Issei would say make good use of it. To where Arkno and Riz will combine their attack with just a demonic lightning strike. And right there, it would completely vaporize right there, like the two of the beats. As like what? Um, sorry. As Fruity on Kokobel was actually kind of surprised. Huh. Look like right there, like this crimson hair of ruins is quite strong myself, and also, huh. Isn't she not rather the daughter of Bakio, he would say to himself. But still, right there, like Akna still heard it as she would just growl in anger. After that, like what? The two of them would fly towards Kokobel, launching their attacks. To where right there, like Kokobel would just deflect right there, like race like destruction, hitting it right there, like what? The gym, completely annihilating it. To where like Akano would just shoot her lightning towards Kokobel. Huh. Cause she right there put like, cause like, sorry. Cause she, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. As Kokobel would say like, for she has the power right there to surpass Bakio. To where Akano will actually get mad, would say like, shut your mouth, I'm nothing like that creature. Just launching right there more powerful lightning attack. As like what? The timer of right there, of the power that issei gave to them were actually already out. Like Kokobel would say it was just unaffected with that lightning attack, where he would say like, huh, so pitiful. I guess it's actually time for me actually to actually destroy you then. To where like what? He would just launch right there a light attack towards Reyes. To where Akino would actually just step forward right there, protecting her like Reyes. After that, like the attack would just clash as like the two of them would just fall towards the ground. As like issei would just quickly right there would just catch Akino and also right there by the hand Reyes, letting them down safely. To where issei would say like, you guys gotta be careful, this guy right there is tough. To where issei would just go right there, appear right in front of Kokobel, as he would just summon right there one of his magic swords, as issei would just do right there like an X flash. As right there, Kokobel would just like what, block that attack with his own light swords. Interesting. So you can use swords too, I see. Huh. I never seen this kind of magic swords before. Issei would say like, I'm nothing like anyone else you actually ever face off against Kokobel. Today's your end. He would say as Issei's eye would just go green. As right there like this right there like a fiery aura would just appear right around Issei. As fully on right there like what? Explosion could be actually pretty much heard as the like issei and Kokobel were clashing right there attacks within each other. As right there like what? Not too long right there Sky just came in. As right there Sky would say like, sorry I took so long, Reyes. I got the gist down. So what do you need me to do? The Sky would say. Sky, I'm glad you actually came. We had to actually defeat right there some of these priestess that had to really actually trouble. She would just say, as like so Sky would say like, leave it to me. I guess right there like you want to actually see my awesome power in action, right? But Reyes was actually completely like not like while focusing on Sky. She was just looking at the battle with issei and like Kokobel. And she would say like, Issei, be careful. She would say, as we go on to issei right there, as him and Kokobel was actually clashing at it. To where issei would say like, damn it, Drake, this guy's tough. It looks like I'm gonna have to use right there my just one of my skills mates. To where Drake would say like, I can't wait for this, partner. Let's go all out. To where issei would say like, yes, sacred gear, scale mate. And right there, just a big fiery aura would just come up, and the whole place would just start shaking right now. As right there, issei would just like what, engulfed with just like what, just like a red bright aura, as his eyes were just actually like what, green. As right there like what, this is issei was not inside right there his scale made, but he was actually inside like his mana skin of like what, the like of the boosted gear like scale made. So yeah, issei was kind of like has a mana skin of the boosted gear, no, of the like of his balance breaker. So yeah, as fully on right there like what, Kokobel will say like, ooh, interesting. I see right there you are actually quite right there like what, an expert and also right there your magic as well. Having right there a mana skin like that, that's quite impressive. A really high feat for like someone for like nearly like an ultimate class devil to even nearly achieve. But I can see you've been actually training well, Red Dragon. So entertain me more. As right there the two of them would just get inside a clash battle. As the two of them with just high speed right there, like with just the aura, Kokobel just pretty much be yellows and issei's red. As right there, the two of them would be clashing all over the place. A shockwave can be actually pretty much seen all over. And by the way, Zenova is already there, so they face off against Fred. And when we go outside of the barriers, pretty much right there, like what? Two people was actually watching this. So, this is actually right there my actually nephew, huh? He's quite powerful right there, a person with white hair would say, as he has a sword just on his back. To where right there, like what? The person next to like Ethan's uncle was the person would say like, yes. I guess right there, like, I guess I actually quite doubted his skills right there for a second, but looks like he's not being right there neglecting his training, of course. Kokobel is actually a powerful foe, but I actually don't have doubt that Issei will actually come out victorious on this. Or, probably the White Dragon might show up. I can sense right there, like, Albion's presence. Watching the fight from a distance to get a glimpse of the end of his rival's power, I can actually say right there, Albion is actually right there, small one of course, but still I wouldn't actually bother about that dragon. So what do you have planned for right there, his training of course? Just Issei's aunt would say, as right there, like Issei's uncle would just think to himself, well, he's more like right there, like what, has his father's fighting style. So I can pretty much teach him right there on something like that. You do know right there he was able right there to slay a god. To where right there Issei's aunt would say like, of course, but still, what do you think of his training of course? I would start him off right there with kind of like the basics and see where it actually goes there. Try not to kill him please. Oh, what do you think I am? Do you really think I actually would kill my own nephew? No, but right there, with your type of training, you can probably right there go beyond that. But still, I actually would be actually quite going. If anything happens right there, just contact me. She would, Issei aunt would say, she would just leave, and just right there like a pink right there like flash of light. And right there, Issei's uncle would decide, would say like, let's see how powerful you are, my nephew. As we go on inside like what, the barrier. Pretty much right there, like we will see right there the whole place, like covered in scars, the blast all over the place, like what, smoke cloud, dust clouds right there, aura was just being released, as Kokobel was actually just pounding. This is better. This is actually the best fight I ever have. Screw right there, like what, the monuments, whatever, like the Devil Kings. Face off against the Red Dragon Emperor. This is actually a battle I actually crave for. Let's see what you can actually do. Entertain me more. Just Kokobel will say, ha, you really are a battle maniac, aren't you, Kokobel? But one thing for sure, I would actually defeat you right now. Have a taste of this. Dragon Beast Bomb. As right there, a black orb right there would just form around Issei's right fist. And he will launch an attack towards Kokobel. Kokobel would just like what? Think he got easily deflected because right there, like it's kind of like what Naruto like tell Beast Bomb the first time he went up against Orochimaru, kind of like that. So it started right there flickering on and off to a Kokobel said like, how pathetic, as he would try to flick it away, but that was a big mistake. Right there, just a dense amount of magic, an explosion would just pretty much be heard. And right there, like what, the barrier would just be instantly destroyed. And also right there, just like what, the mountain behind where they were actually like, just the school, like what, like will be like the front area, like not really the front, but the back area of the school will completely destroyed, hitting the mountain right there where Reyes and like the rest trained, instantly destroying it. And like what, everybody was actually quite surprised. Sky was actually completely shocked. How did someone like him get so much power? It doesn't even make sense. To where right there, like everybody was just blown away by this. Oh, what was that attack? They would just say. To where Issei would just have a serious look on. And right there, what we will see right there, like what, Kokobel is dead, badly even damaged. You little brat! What did you do? He would say right there, just barely even right there flying. Yeah, I guess right there that attack right there did work. It's a dense amount of magic I actually put into it. I stored so much magic inside my body, and also right there ready for me to release it all in just one blast. And fully on it did work. All my training is paying off. You little shit! As he before already he can even ready to go and attack Issei. I want like with this pretty much right there like scene As like what? Like the light would just crash onto Coco Bill. That's pretty much the whole encounter with the White Dragon would just play out similar inside the anime. So I'm not gonna go into details with that. It just plays out kind of like similar, but this issei is there. I know. So yeah, as like what the White Dragon would just give the speech, capture the Coco Bill, and also Fred, things like that, and the whole like reveal of God would still happen. As like yeah, it's pretty kind of similar, but like inside the anime, nothing really big changes here. But issei doing more work inside this fight. So yeah, after that, the White Dragon took Kokobill and Fred away, as pretty much just leaving like the whole group there. As Issa would just just activate like his mana skin, as he was just start losing it out a bit. As as Issa will go on to try to hit the ground, but two people will actually catch him. It was actually Yumi and also Rias. To where Issa would say like, thanks guys. He would say that's kind of badly hurt. To where Yumi would say like, I'm so glad you're actually pretty much alright. She would say, hugging him. As Rias would say like, great job, Issa. You really became powerful, my cute adorable pawn. As Sir Zex actually comes in with just his army, as Sir Zex would say like, so where is actually this Kokobill? To where they will actually go and give the gist down what happened to Kokobill. To where Sir Zex would say that seeing that the White Dragon took Kokobill, I guess the danger can be actually averted now. I'm glad you're actually all safe. And we pretty much just have a time skip. As Issa was just walking all the way home. As he was walking with Yumi. As Yumi and Issa were just split ways, saying goodbye. As before Issa can go on, Yumi actually just called out for Issa. Issa, she would just say, as Issa would turn around as he was greeted by a kiss by Yumi. As the kiss actually lasted for about 30 seconds until Yumi actually pulled away. No, thank you. I'm really appreciative for your help. I guess I'll see you in school. Bye, she would just say with just a red blushing face. Issa would just stand there blushing. Did I get kissed by the hottest chick in the school? Issa would say. Alright. Oh my god, my first ever kiss, and it totally is not my pillow. Issa would say just running all the way home. At the moment he got there, he felt uneasy, as he was actually on guard. As Issa opened the door, as he was actually greeted by his aunt. Well, Issa, I see you actually been busy. You took care of Kokobill. So Issa would say yeah, but the White Dragon came and actually took him. So I technically didn't really defeat him, but I did do enough damage on him. And plus, if the battle continued even more, I would have been wiped out. Well, I'm glad you're pretty much alright. And also, you really became strong. I'm so proud of you. So, I actually would like you to meet someone that, heck, haven't seen you for a long time. So Issa would say who? And a person would just say oh come on, have you really forgotten about your uncle? As the unknown person would say as why am I saying unknown? Pretty much Issa's uncle would say as he was just standing next to a pillar just beside Issa. And Issa would just completely be shocked about it. He didn't sense his presence at all. It was like he was a ghost. I mean, Issa can't actually detect any supernatural beings, of course. Either demonic or anything like that. It doesn't matter if they can see that well. He can still smell them or something like that. But this person completely got past his defense. Wait, uncle? But guys, I'm pretty much going to be leaving it here. This has pretty much been part 4 of What If Issa Was From a Forgotten Clan. And I hope you guys actually enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys inside the next part. Peace.